Hi there, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? Happy New Year 2019. I really wish that 2019 brings you a lot of abundance, prosperity, love, companionship, happiness, everything that you deserve, everything that you've been wanting for, okay? How has 2019 been treating you guys? I'm really sorry for the delay though, because I've been taking almost 2 to 3 weeks off just to be with my family and my daughter. And then right after that, my mom freaks out because I haven't done the Flying Star 2019 calculations, in Feng Shui. Like we're entering the year of the pig, so the Flying Star has changed a bit, and then we have to make a few adjustments here and there so that we could make out of positive stars and then diminish the negative stars and stuff like that. I think I'm going to upload a video about that, but yeah, just trying to explain myself way too much. But yeah, after that, so now I'm back though. Now I'm back. So let's talk about your energy for the now, Scorpio. This reading is going to be from the 26th until the 31st of January, okay? Next week, I'll be uploading your February reading soon. So your over energy for the now, you have the Five of Chalices, or aka Five of Cups. You have the Justice card, and you also have the Nine of Cups. So there are certain things that makes you freaks out a bit here. With the Five of Chalices, something that you felt like you messed up, or you felt like you cannot return it back to the situations before and everything like that. But I feel like it no longer is haunt you. It no longer is give you like all the anxieties and the emotional turmoil that you've been having or experiencing is no longer like that, because now you are much more, because the Justice card, every time I see a major arcana in the overall energy, I always see it as a divine intervention. I feel like God or universe doesn't want you to be sticking around with that Five of Cups energy, and instead he is trying to bring balance in you. So now you guys are much more balanced than you were in the past, because you are concerned with yourself, and then you also have those worries. So it's much more balanced place in here. But the Justice card also talks about your feet and where it stands. I feel like the Justice card could talk about you guys are standing in the verge of in or out. So you're trying to scale things out and also at the same time you really want to make happy. You really want to be happy by your own self, because as you can see, the Nine of Cups in this particular deck of mine is a little bit different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, because you guys are the ladybug right over here, and then you're realizing that if I were to build a perfect happy relationship that is surrounded by collective happiness, where I am happy and that person is also happy, and we share that collective happiness, I need to be happy with my own self first. So then I cannot stay in this position for quite a while. I need to be doing something to make myself happy. So it's a good one. What's challenging in this relationship, you have the Prince of Chalices, and you also have the Ace of Swords. The Princess of Chalices is somebody who is very sensitive. Somebody who gets overly emotional. Somebody who, and it could be vice versa. It could be coming from you, or it could be coming from them, because it's a challenge here. The Princess of Chalices, but why is it a bad thing? Why is it a challenge? Because the Princess of Chalices is, that feeling when you love somebody when you're in high school. You have that adorable crush, and everything that they do, you take it quite personally. Their comments, their interactions with you, their body gestures, and everything like that. You take it personally, or they take it way too personally for you, because they are very sensitive. They put themselves out there being vulnerable. Okay, so it could be you doing that to them. It could be them doing that to you. But somebody in this relationship is way too sensitive and is way too vulnerable, and try to and take everything way too personally. And the second one, you have the Ace of Swords. That is a challenge of this relationship. To some Scorpios out there, it could be a lack of information, a lack of clarity, or a lack of closure. Okay, somebody's not giving you the closure that you're looking for, or somebody's not giving you that full information that you really want to hear. And for Scorpio, truth is the absolute truth. You really want to know the truth, up to the bottom of the truth, right? And it's still a challenge of this relationship, because you still haven't found that answer yet as to why, or maybe how, or maybe when, why, who, stuff like that. This person is, if you're dealing with somebody and you have no period of contact with that person, this person is actually, you are still on their mind. They're still very much thinking of you. They already have an idea about what is it that they want to do with you, but they're still in that contemplating mode. They're overthinking it, okay? And they're not willing to communicate it well, because they're putting their Mercury or their communications to rest. They're just contemplating the pros and cons, and not as you can see here. Okay, this is them. They're thinking. They're putting their owls, Mercury to rest, and totally neglecting their emotions or their gut feeling. So regardless of how they feel about you, regardless of how much they love you, they're not willing to feel that. Instead of doing so, they just want to rely on their brain more than their heart. Lima kartu masa lalu. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. All right. You had somebody who came really strong to you with the Sherry card in here. It could be a Cancer though, but you had somebody who came really, really strong with them. But I feel like because you guys are trying so hard to protect your emotions, you are distancing yourself and try to see things in a black and white positions. If you're only dealing with one person, this person is not delivering or they're not putting their efforts in a way that you want them to be. You know what I mean? If you're in love with somebody, of course you have expectations about how they would act to you and stuff like that. And I feel like they've done something that didn't meet your expectations. Yeah, they have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's either they no longer want to collaborate, they no longer want to reconcile, or they're doing certain actions that does not meet your expectations. And it just hits you in the wrong nerve because you have the Five of Swords in here. There comes the Scorpio stingers. With the Five of Swords in here, you kind of like being a little bit harsh there with the Five of Swords, because Five of Swords is basically your stingers. Okay, and when you do that, instead of taking away things personally, they are trying to see things in a black and white positions. They're distancing themselves away from the situations altogether because they want to see things in a black and white position. They no longer want to love you so hard, or they don't want to hate you so bad. They just want to be in the center. Okay, you have the Four of Pentacles in here too. Lima kartu masa sekarang. Too much card. I only need. You could also be dealing with two people, though. If you're dealing with two people, there's one person here who comes to you really, really strongly. But then with them, I feel like you're not willing to open up and be vulnerable with them as of yet, because you have the Four of Pentacles attitude in here. Okay, do you entertain them? Yes, you do, but I feel like you're still protecting your heart chakra a lot. And then person B is somebody who I said earlier, kind of like disappoint you in some ways. They don't want to collaborate. They don't want to reconcile. They're not putting the effort that you're expecting. And with them, you have had it. You do the Five of Swords with them. It's either you cut them off completely or you became really, really masculine. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe you did this to me. It's became masculine type of thing. Your Mars energy really, really shows up in here because you have the High Priestess in there. Basically, because God wants you to have a balance in your life. Lima kartu masa sekarang. All right, so if you're dealing with two people, wait a second. Berangkat masa depan. Right, okay, Scorpio, let's talk. So if let's go to the scenario where you're dealing with only one person, okay? We'll go back to two-person after this. If you're dealing with one person, this person is the Four of Chalices or the Four of Cups, meaning that they want to have that emotional stability that they're looking for so well, okay? So they're going to isolate themselves away from you. They just wanting to let the rain pass. All those, again, as I said, all those emotional call-ins, their love and everything, it doesn't matter for them because they just want to have emotional stabilities. They don't have the gut or the courage to be out there and vulnerable once more. But do they still have the unwavering, devotions and loyalty that they have towards you, yes, they do. But to expect them to go out in the public and be vulnerable and then proclaim their declarations of love towards you and stuff like that, I don't feel like it's going to happen, because they are so much about their emotional stabilities. They don't want to take that risk, you know what I mean? They just don't. And then there's this there's this lack of give and take in here. You could probably be doing the initiative here with the Emperor card and the Hierophant if you're only dealing with one person. But I feel like because this person is so busy dealing with their emotional stabilities for the now, don't be too masculine, don't be too pushy in a way that you want them. You know, just don't be pushy in a way that you want them, because they're very, very masculine. You guys are also very masculine. You guys are driven by ego. You guys are driven by Mars, though. They're very, very sensitive. They're trying to desensitize themselves a lot. They're trying to numb themselves a lot. And if you can't kind of like keep up with that masculine energy that you're having, this person is going to take shelters away from you with the Seven of Wands. The more you push them, the more they pull back, away. So just be careful about that, okay? It's kind of like weird because they're waiting for initiative from you, you know, with the Four of Cups, and they need certainties, and I feel like you're ready to give it to them. But when you do give that to them, they became the Hangman. It's like they're always waiting for you guys to take on the initiative. They always wait for you guys to always, you know, be the first person who initiates stuff and everything like that. It's kind of like weird. Here, they're really, really disappointed. I think I got this card too. I think it was Gemini or something. I forgot. But yeah. And even in the past, although you really, really loved them to the core with the Queen of Chalices in there, but it's like both of you are so disappointed with one another. And then that disappointment, like although in the now you're still having that creative idea about how to make this relationship work, you're still driven by that masculine energy. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, I'll do that. I feel like in the future, you're so disappointed that you no longer want to put in any effort. You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse in here. So you lost creative ideas about how to make this relationship work. If you're only dealing with two people, remember the person A, his person who came to you really, really strongly, but I don't feel like you guys are being vulnerable with them. Person B is somebody who doesn't met your expectations, and then you kind of like being a little bit mean towards them. In the present moment, this person who came to you really, really strongly is going to have, or is going to offer something, their unwavering devotions and loyalty when it comes to you. They have the Hierophant card in there. You have the Hierophant card in there. So I feel like it's a type of relationship that both of you have a mutual perspective on what a relationship is like. You know, that expectations is really, really there. Not like the person B who doesn't meet your expectations. Person A will meet your expectations even more because they're always there. Like they're pretty consistent. Let's see what's going on up to the point that they have a Seven of Wands in here. Okay, you have this. Okay, all right. Okay. Here's the thing, Scorpio. Okay, two people in the future. How it's gonna be? Why am I clarifying? Because in the future, person A is going to take shelter away from you, and it's the reason because of the Queen of Chalices. I know how a Scorpio can be like in love. Okay, when you want to show your emotion, try to show it in positive ways. Okay, it's fine for you to love them. This person wants to be loved by you, but then love them in a way that you also love yourself. Okay, love them in a positive ways, like encouragement and stuff like that. Okay. And then person B, you lost creative ideas about how to make relationship work with them, and they're still going to be forever waiting for you because they still have that love for you, but they just don't have the guts, or they don't have the balls to be vulnerable once more with you. Just be careful with person A, because this person A, you know, if you showcase your love in a negative way, or if you're like kind of like, you know, testing them or stuff like that, they're not having it. They don't really have it. Try to showcase your emotions or your feelings or your vulnerability towards them in a much healthier way, and I feel like you guys are gonna be fine. Okay? So I think that's it from my reading for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in next week for your February reading. Bye bye.